legally obligated to regulate carbon dioxide. The Supreme Court says so. Another reason? It took a long rulemaking process to create the Clean Power Plan. It will take an equally long one to get rid of it, and any missteps in that process could lead to legal challenges. And environmental groups are lining up to carry out that litigation.
There's a long process ahead, there's no question about it.
Jim Matheson sued to stop the Clean Power Plan. He's a CEO of the National Rural Electric Cooperative Association and was at the EPA earlier today with Trump when he signed the executive order. And he says he appreciates the president's efforts.
Some of our members are in a situation where they've got very expensive coal plants that had some investments made just recently for pollution control, and having the capacity to, or the flexibility to run those and pay those down is really important to them and their particular consumers.
The Clean Power Plan doesn't allow for that flexibility, Matheson says. It would force some of those coal-fired plants to close prematurely, hurting jobs and ratepayers. But when asked about the future of coal, Matheson says there's no question that there are bigger things at play than federal policy.
And in terms of new power generation that's on the books or projected for the future, coal is really not that high on the list, if you will.
Renewable energy is surging. Natural gas is cheaper. The market forces just don't play in coal's favor. That's why many analysts say it's unlikely that coal jobs are going to come roaring back despite Trump's promises. As for his claims that his executive order will increase America's energy independence, Mark Barteau says that's just political rhetoric.
Energy independence has been touted by every president since Richard Nixon. The fact is we are more energy independent today than we have ever been.
What the executive order is likely to do is make the U.S.'s carbon footprint bigger than it would have been with the Clean Power Plan. Francis Moore, an environmental economist at the University of California, Berkeley, says that sends a message to the world that the U.S. is not serious about taking action on climate change. And she knows that all these policies may sound wonky, but
what we're talking about here, right, we're talking about values. We're talking about literally how much we value the fact that we're causing harm to other people and to people in the future.
That may be, but for those in the coal industry, today's actions may give them hope for their immediate future. Nathan Rott, NPR News.
To get reaction from coal country, we reached out to the mayor of a town that calls itself the energy capital of the nation. Louise Carter King is mayor of Gillette, Wyoming. Wyoming is by far the largest coal-producing state in the U.S., and Gillette is in the heart of the Powder River Basin. About 30,000 people live in the town, surrounded by some of the largest coal mines in the country. I asked Carter King how important coal is to Gillette.
Oh, it is very important. It has made us the wonderful city and community that we are today. You know, I think everyone has a misconception of coming here and that we're, all covered in coal dust or anything, and it's anything but the truth. We have a beautiful city here, and we have used the taxes that we have gained from the coal industry being here very wisely.
And so everybody, I would imagine, knows someone who works in the mines?
Yes, my husband does, as a matter of fact.
Now, lots of coal companies in Wyoming and around the country have declared bankruptcy recently. What kind of effect did that have on Gillette?
Well, no one ever stopped coal production, but it sure did put a damper on it. About a year ago, we had I would say, the darkest day here is when about 500 coal miners were laid off from their jobs. But since then,